Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and we gotta talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Honestly, as far as the PC gaming community goes, very, very little fanfare in terms of excitement towards Black Ops 7. I am not saying that I think this game is gonna be a failure, that it's not gonna sell really, really well, bro. It's Call of Duty. There's not a lot of excitement with NBA 2K when it comes out on PC. NBA 2K still ends up being one of the best-selling games every year when it comes out. I feel like this is going to be the same thing with Call of Duty. The console players for the holidays, it's going to sell incredibly, incredibly well. Also, there is the argument that it's on Xbox Game Pass. However, Black Ops 6 was on Game Pass, and we'll look at the numbers. This was a steep, steep decline, and I think anybody just brushing off that decline, you're doing Call of Duty as a whole a disservice, because Call of Duty should be called out for the nonsense that it's been pushing for a long time, and I had said it leading into the release of Battlefield 6, EA and DICE really, really lucked out that this year's Call of Duty was the thrown-together slop release, much like in 2023 when we had the release of Modern Warfare 3. That very much was a thrown-together release. Black Ops 7 came across like a thrown-together release, and it still makes me laugh that the Xbox Game Showcase, if you watched it back in June of this year, it ended with like, oh, we've got one more thing to show you, and it's like a brand new trailer, and it was this really cool cinematic trailer, and initially I'm like, oh, what is this? Is this Perfect Dark getting revealed again? And is this an update on Perfect Dark? RIP that game, but it is what it is. And it was like, oh, what is this new IP that they're revealing? What is this new game? And it just ended with Call of Duty Black Ops 7. At that moment, I knew that Microsoft was cooked and that they had no idea who their consumer base is for the products that they were doing and the events that they were having, I should say. Nobody that was watching an event like that is going to be one of the casual consumers of Call of Duty, especially for a thrown-together Call of Duty release like Black Ops 7 was. Now Black Ops 7 is under fire for having a lot of AI-generated elements, and, you know, there's a lot of debate on that. I'm not here to get into that debate, but generally speaking, for a game at the magnitude of Call of Duty Black Ops, the optics are Call of Duty generates so much money each year. Why are we going down the AI route? Obviously, we have the money. We can pay for actual content to be created in the game, but I digress. Right now on Steam, it's got a mixed user reception, 1,386 reviews, 41% positive, and you will see a litany of negative reviews coming in. Top review, ChatGPT generate me a lackluster campaign with reused assets and cringeworthy dialogue. How about not being able to pause during the campaign either? AI generated slop shooter. I was only getting this game to play with a friend, expecting a somewhat standard COD experience, but I had no idea how bad it has gone since last I played Black Ops 4. This used to be a good franchise. A lot of the calling cards are clearly AI and they look like crap. Activision, just pay for art. You clearly have money and it won't look like S. A gigantic piece of S. I've had viruses on my computer that were more pleasant to install than this. If there was an award for worst game of the year, there's no doubt in my mind that it would go to Black Ops 7. Please just let this be the last COD you guys ever make, because this was atrocious. Do not buy this game. Do not waste your money or your time and buy literally any other game. As a lifelong fan of this series, it hurts to see it burn down in flames. Yeah, it is depressing to see where Call of Duty is at now. I sometimes wonder when I look at a game like Call of Duty, I am clearly not the target audience anymore, and I am sure that there are younger people growing up that still do enjoy Call of Duty, and certainly a lot of the hardcore fan base of the game that has grown up as well are still into it to an extent, and they find this to be a game worthwhile to get every year. It's much like Madden and NBA. It's almost just like something you get every year. Oh, Call of Duty is out. You don't even think about it. You're not getting super excited for it, but you're doing your groceries one day. You're at Walmart, and you're like, wait a second, Black Ops 7 is out. The newest Call of Duty is out. All right, I'll get that today. Like, that's literally how it goes with Call of Duty. It's not this thing that I feel like generates a lot of buzz anymore. Those days are gone. However, when it comes to Madden, NBA, and games like this, yeah, maybe they won't have the biggest promotional push ever building up to a release. It's not gonna have what Battlefield 6 had, because I think Battlefield 6, it was very much a necessity for them to do the big promotional push for that game. It's gonna go the route of, yeah, you know, it's Call of Duty. We don't need to do much for the game. It's out, and, you know, people will buy it. And that complacency, is going to stay here for a long time. And if you look at the Steam numbers for the game, and I know what people are going to, oh my god, Game Pass. Okay, Call of Duty last year was on Game Pass. Relax there, buddy. So Call of Duty, again, we're comparing apples to apples here in the sense that Black Ops 6 was on Game Pass. Black Ops 7 is on Game Pass as well. And even with Black Ops 7 is now at a more expensive version of Game Pass on top of that. But let's talk about it. Last year for Black Ops 6's release, October of 2024, the game had peaked at 306,000 concurrent players. All right, 306,000 concurrent players. How many players did it peak at this year for Black Ops 7? 100,332 players. I'm sorry. I don't care if people are playing this on Game Pass, and I'm still saying that the bulk of the people will buy this game on console. It'll still be a success. We cannot just gloss by that decline. We cannot just pretend like that decline doesn't mean something. It absolutely means something, and at the very least, the optics of this franchise to a certain demographic, and yeah, maybe that's not the core demographic that Call of Duty has, but I don't think that should be completely ignored. That perception of what Call of Duty is, it has completely nosedived. It has absolutely nosedived. And even if you want to compare it to, let's say, Modern Warfare 2, when Modern Warfare 2 came out back in October of 2022, the game had peaked at 263,000 concurrent players back in October of 2022. Now, to be fair, when Warzone 2.0 came out, the game did peak at 491,000 concurrent players, but that's for Warzone 2.0, so I don't feel like that number is fair. But if you look at the 263,000 number, that was in October of 2022, Modern Warfare 3 released and peaked at 190,000 concurrent players. Yes, Modern Warfare 3 wasn't available on Game Pass, but still, I feel like that's a pretty relevant comparison point. With Modern Warfare 3, you're peaking at 190K, and here with Black Ops 7, you're down to 100,000 concurrent players. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't think that's a good number to be at. That's a steep decline for Call of Duty. And I am so curious when next year's Call of Duty is not going to be this filler release game. How is it going to do then? And the Steam charts are what the Steam charts are. It's the most visible data set that we have, so we like to talk about it. And I am not saying, again, let me reiterate, the game is going to do well from a commercial standpoint, but at the very least, we can assess the fact that there is this decline in interest from a certain sector of the gaming populace. Yes, your bro shooters, your NBA 2K crowd, they're gonna check out the game and the game is gonna sell incredibly well. Nobody is doubting that, but I think if you look at Call of Duty and its audience versus Battlefield and its audience, it does feel like they're getting a bulk of their audience from different from like a different populace in the gaming sector. And I think Call of Duty, their idea should be, we want the entire bubble. You shouldn't want just the bro shooter, guys. You would want to try to get the entire audience. Battlefield 6 peaked at north of 700,000 concurrent players. And yes, Battlefield 6 was not available on Game Pass, but Black Ops 7 being only just over 100,000 at 100,332, Battlefield 6 being 7x that amount, I think is insane. I think it's straight up insanity when you look at it. And yeah, sure, Battlefield 6 has fallen off, but how many players does Battlefield 6 still have? In the last 24 hours, it peaked at 299,000 concurrent players. That's still a great number to be at a month and a half after release. Still to have well over a third of your all-time peak, I think that's a good number to be at. We'll see where it settles at over time, but this is kind of where it settled at. 6 weeks after release is kind of where you settle at, and yeah, it's still a really healthy number for a game that, like, where's Call of Duty gonna settle at? Let's be honest here. But yeah, I'm so tired of Call of Duty, and I just remember being so insulted with the Xbox Game Showcase earlier this year. One more thing, you guys, we got one more big review. Imagine they did that. Imagine EA did like a like press event being like, oh, we got the EA Game Showcase. One more thing, you guys, and it's just like, you know, I don't even watch football. Like, it's just Pat Mahomes being like, oh my God, yeah, Madden's back, guys. It's like, okay, dude, like, whoa there. I couldn't see that one coming, but I digress. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, if you want to play the game, I guess go through Game Pass. But yeah, $70 for the game is insane. Vault Edition for $100, you guys. How about that? But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.